Consultation is free over the phone. No clinic. Steelman Pills sends it in the mail in a confidential package.
I'm on it. I mean, my friend will be on it.
Steelman Pills, going the extra mile to help men with erectile dysfunction.
800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. That's 800-915-9371.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Is it that time already? Is it Friday, Projo? Good to see you, my friend. Vic Faust here, Projo alongside. Happy Friday. 6:05 is the time. August 15th, as we wait for the sun to rise. Yeah, it's turned out to be a hot summer. Now, I know that may sound funny to say, but it definitely seems like it's been a, quote, hotter summer. No doubt about it. Some of the extreme temperatures that we have had and for the amount of days that we've had throughout the St. Louis area, and it's all good. I like the heat. Many people don't. Obviously, it's like, oh, I want 80, 85 and sunny, no humidity. That would be great. But we are in the midst, smack dab of another heat wave, and it is what it is. So you do what you can. There's just, like I always say, there's just not a lot to do outside unless you're in water. If it's this hot, 97 degrees again today, heat index over 100. I mean, you're literally looking at the heat going like 96, 98, 98, 99, 97, all the way through Tuesday. Yeah, that's a heat wave. That is for sure. And we're glad that you're with us today from that standpoint. We get you up and rolling in the mornings. What's going on this weekend? That's what we like to cover here. We appreciate you guys being around, jumping in on the chat line. And you can do that on X and YouTube and Facebook and luinfo.com. All the places where you can stream us and watch us all the time. Lots of places. Of course, you can jump in and say hi. Ben, good morning to you, my friend. My good friend over at Wendy's. Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. So the dog days of summer, the dog days of August. Some kids are back in school. Many of the other kids throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area start the beginning of this next week. And we're off and running. Talking about the fall already, but the fall temperatures are certainly not here as we're halfway through August. What is the plan for you for this weekend? What's going on? Yankees are in town throughout the St. Louis area. They'll be at Busch Stadium over the weekend, taking on the Cardinals. Once again, it's cool to have the Yankees in town, but damn, that's hot. That is hot, hot, hot. For a weekend series down at Busch Stadium. Projo, when's the last time you went to a Cardinals game?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you stay the whole time?
Yeah.
Did they win?
Yes, they did.
Maybe you need to get down to a game this weekend.
I think so.
Somebody needs to take Projo to the game as a good luck charm. Take Projo to the game. Take Projo to the ball game. 6:08 is the time. Cardinals had the night off last night. Yeah, it's something to do. I was joking about that whole thing. I was driving down Highway 40, West County. I looked to my right side, and I was joking about that Kids Bop Live or whatever concert. That thing, the factory was insanely packed, insanely packed with kids and their parents.
Sounds about right
over there. But that was something that was going on. You know what? Speaking of which, they have over in Chesterfield. I've got about 30 tabs open today, which means, Projo, that it's going to be really slow, right?
Yeah.
30 tabs means it's going to be way, way slow. No, talk about the pageant, because they had that Kids Bop Live, man. That parents must have, taken their kids out to see that. But they've got, they're busy for 4 straight nights. They had that show last night. Tonight, a group called Clutch is over at the factory.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
You have?
Yeah, they're good.
Clutch with special guest Blacktop Mojo and the Inspector Clouseau. Tomorrow night, Brantley Gilbert over there, the Tattoos Tour. The Marshall Tucker Band's there Sunday.
Yeehaw.
Clips is there Monday. I mean, it's an LCD sound system on Tuesday of next week. So yeah, a lot of action, a lot of work getting done over there at the factory in Chesterfield. But it's like one of the things that's really nice to do in the summertime in the evenings, if you can, is sit outside. It's just been difficult to do that unless you have fans sitting around you. That's for sure. What have you guys been doing? What are your ideas? We love it when you guys come and get in the show with us as well. We kick things off talking all things St. Louis all the time. Do some national stories as well. Try to localize it as much as we possibly can. But that's where you guys come into the mix and jump in on our show on all of our platforms. And we love it when you do. It's all good to talk, get the information out there and talk. Angie Bryant, good morning to you as well. What are the plans for the weekend, guys? I know that there's also a big air show this weekend down in the Chesterfield Valley, not far from where we broadcast live. The World War II Wings of Hope third annual plane pull for Hope. Or that's a different situation, but they've got the World War II air show this weekend. I think I'm going to go check. I know Ben. I'm going to go check out Ben down at his. He has a huge business in the valley.
Yeah.
The back of his business literally shows the runway.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where they take off
Yeah.
and come back in. So if you like planes, those are some really, really cool things to watch. Head out there. I think, is it just one day, Ben? One day that's happening? I'm not sure. You tell me. I know about Sunday. And that's what I was trying to say. If I don't know, I'm looking up the times there. But anyway, the air show, if you haven't seen the air show in Chesterfield, it's phenomenal. Now you get to see some of these World War II battle planes going at it. Yeah, I was looking for a weekend schedule. I don't know if I see it anywhere. Okay, it's all good. I just know that that's on Sunday. I'll be watching that. So if you guys know of anything else going on, you want to give a shout out for an event that's coming up, a charity, anything that you guys happen to be doing this weekend, we'd love to get that from you. We'll talk about that as well.
August 16th and 17th.
16th and 17th.
Yep.
That's Saturday and Sunday. Okay. All right. Go out and watch the show. If you see if you're driving in the area and you didn't know and you see planes flying around, that's what's going on.
Especially older ones.
Oh, your World War II ones.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at technology now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously the pilot has to be phenomenal with all the technology, but when you talk about the old dog fights and things of that nature and how really, really, really good you had to be as a pilot to make some of those things happen. Just phenomenal. Thinking back into World War II and people, how they did some of those things that were going on. So you guys let us know what you want to talk about. We do headlines. We cover some of these events. We make things happen for you. I wonder if this doesn't get you going we'll show it a little bit later in the show too. Projo, you want to talk about just insane. If you can show David Goggins and what he just did.
I didn't get anything in the email. If you sent something.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
It
okay.
didn't come
Yeah.
through?
No,
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Brother, why? I wonder why it didn't come
I
through.
don't know.
Well, that kind of put a damper on things.
I apologize. I should have flagged you down sooner.
Yeah, well, you got lashes coming now. Angie, are you bringing back Cancel This? Not in the meantime, no. No. We don't know. This is our show now. And we love it. And
If there's ever a need to, maybe.
yeah, we put that to yeah. It was it kind of felt like it ran its course.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to be mean by saying that at all. Yeah, I'll have to find the Goggins stuff for you just a little bit. That all of a sudden became really bad radio on a Friday. Whatever you guys want to do, jump in. We'll talk about it. I told you Cardinals coming up this weekend. And you got the air show going on. There's concerts that are inside. If you have pools, obviously that's something that's really, really good for you to go ahead and do as well. Hey, how about this? It happened yesterday, right during our show. New Haven's Sarah Elkins won the St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway contest. They do that every year with Fox. And you buy a $100 ticket. It goes to charity. And then you have a shot to win the brand new house. Is that the house, Projo, that you're showing right
Yeah, this is what they have on the website.
now? Okay, that was out in.
Looks like Dardine Prairie.
It's Dardenne Prairie. Is it Dardine or Darden?
Well,
You sure?
Dardenne, because
I thought it was
there's two
Dardenne.
N's. If it was two E's, it'd
I
be
thought
Dardine.
it was Dardenne Prairie.
It's Dardenne. Yeah,
Okay.
my bad.
No, you just put a little twang on Dardenne. I
Dardine.
like that. Dardenne, where do you live, ma'am? Dardenne Prairie.
Dardine Prairie.
It's actually a really cool place. A lot of good things. Good families over in Dardenne Prairie. Nice community. It really is. Beautiful, quiet, safe. Americana. So imagine your surprise, maybe where you're like, oh yeah, you're a finalist for the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. And you're like, really? And then they have a drawing live. So you've got days like where you show up and you're a finalist. You know what really sucks is if you're one of the finalists and your name isn't called. And you're like, what? Damn, are you kidding me? I got that close. It's like getting 4 or 5 numbers in a Powerball.
Right.
It's like, oh, I was so close, but so far away. Did I really have a chance to win this? But I told you yesterday, I know a family who won the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway several years ago, and then they sold the house. Yeah, they used their daughter so they were an older couple, and then they sold the house. So, and then they got money back from that because, I mean, obviously you get a new house, you have to furnish it, you pay taxes on it. So a lot of those things can start to add up, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess we'll be double thinking about this now.
It looks like it's on a cul-de-sac and it's really close to a sugar fire. So,
oh yeah, I know exactly where that is. Okay. Yeah, it's too bad that you gotta get your tickets next year. That's when you can try to win next year if you get it. But at the end of the day, it benefits the St. Jude Foundation, which is phenomenal. So, and it's tax deductible. And you have a chance to win. So it seems to me as if it's a can't miss when they do that. And that's why they sell their tickets out every year. They sell their tickets out because so many people get involved in it. And those homes, at least on the outside looking in, seem like they're pretty damn good homes.
yeah,
Very, very nice homes.
it looks brand new.
Well, yeah, that home that you're showing, it's a $650,000 home. And then some. And the exact square footage is 3,261 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, estimated value of $650,000. Not too shabby. Other names were drawn for prizes, including a Grilla, 4-piece outdoor kitchen set, or a house, a 2025 Honda, an aquatic spas, hot tub, and more. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, $5,000 Visa gift card.
Yeah. Have you ever won anything in a drawing, Projo?
Maybe no, actually.
At my senior prom, I won the $250 prize.
Nice.
And ever since then, it made me think I can win anything.
It's not a bad disposition.
Guess how much I've won since then? Nothing. Right out of the gate, you get something, and that's it. Enjoy. No.
That's all you get.
What's up in your neck of the woods, St. Louis? Glad you're with us this morning. 6:18 is the time. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show, jumping in, helping getting the day going with us as we talk with others about some of the things that are happening all over the world, all over the St. Louis area. This is kind of a bummer too in the morning. For those people who are doing certain things, but I don't know if you saw this yet or not, but Southwest Airlines, it just seems like we haven't got a ton of great news from Southwest recently. They're cutting direct flights from St. Louis, Lambert, to Little Rock, Tulsa, Charlotte, Des Moines, Oklahoma City, and Wichita. So trying to put this into perspective for you, with 6 flights going away, Lambert will have 71 nonstop markets left. That's it. Of those, Southwest operates 60. That's not a ton. It's not. While it could leave from the story, and uncertainty for the future of many travelers. It also changes the way companies are trying to do business in the area. So what they're saying is anyone coming in and out of Terminal 2 now going to have fewer options. And it just seems like Southwest just continues to cut at Lambert. I don't know. I mean, you don't want to see that happen, but here's what they did. The U.S. Department, and I love the breakdown that they did here, Channel 4. The U.S. Department of Transportation data shows St. Louis is a top 10 destination for markets now facing cuts.
I wonder why.
142,000 passengers from Little Rock, 186,000 from Des Moines, 80,000 from Charlotte, 145,000 from Tulsa, 149,000 from Wichita, 165,000 from Oklahoma City. That doesn't help growth, that's for sure.
Well, I wonder if the people are just traveling less.
It's possible. But they're also cutting flights. It means they might be cutting workers or employment at some point in time too. So the current number of nonstop markets at St. Louis, subtracting Southwest cancellations, is now 71. So the number of current nonstop destinations for Southwest is 60. And Lambert officials wouldn't go on camera to talk about the story. So obviously, not a great thing, but St. Louis is great geographically when we sit right in the middle of the country. The other thing about it is when you start looking at some of the numbers and you look at where we are and what has happened. In 2016, traffic through Lambert surged 10%. Nearly 14 million travelers passing through. That's a lot in 2016. Growth was due added to the convention traffic, a lot of convention traffic. That number has been down, but now in 2025, the route cuts, I mean, you see that as St. Louis looks to pour billions of dollars into Lambert to construct a single terminal, a project estimated to cost $3 billion. We've talked about that a little bit. The work starts next year and it should be completed by the early 2030s. So that's coming to St. Louis Lambert as you look down the road. Yeah, but it's unclear what's going to have to happen to get the flights back. I guess there'd have to be a massive desire for it.
Yeah. At least for St. Louis, it might be a little tough to get people to come here with the bad.
Well, Southwest Airlines, they call the changes, quote, a redesigning east-west connectivity in our network that has traditionally gone through St. Louis to other Southwest airline points of strength. But they said, yeah, Southwest told the station, through our March 2026 schedule that was released, we're going to offer up to 110 departures at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. So that's where they go. But Lambert just they're continuing to lose some flights, and that's unfortunate. So we don't want to see that. Man, I don't know, Projo. It's just a weird story. We want to talk about the positive things, but a lot of people fly to these destinations. A lot of people are flying to these areas. They're not far away. They have family there, work, friends, all these things. All these things are happening. 6:23 on a Friday. Good morning. A hot day in St. Louis. Glad you're up with us. The sun is getting up this morning. Hope you guys have a good day and even better weekend. We take you to 8 a.m. every day. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us. Cam Jansen, the former Blue, and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes, coming up from 8 to 10 o'clock today. If you guys have any questions that you want to ask us off air, you can always email us or things that you want to say, archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, that's archcitynow@gmail.com. You know where to stream us. It's at Facebook, it's X, and YouTube. You can jump in on the chat line at those places as well. Love to talk to you from that standpoint. Talking about a lot of highlights and headlines that are happening throughout the St. Louis area. And by the way, Stray Rescue of St. Louis has reached their maximum capacity at its shelter. They can't take in any more animals. This started to happen at the beginning of the summer when they started to find that they had that one property. They had hundreds of animals, maybe in excess of 300.
Yeah.
The organization shared that they were forced to enact a rescue freeze because every single kennel, apartment, and temporary crate was full. And that blows my mind. If you've ever taken a dog from a shelter, Humane Society, as I have, as Projo have, that may take you back to that. Think about every single kennel being taken.
I tell you what, every pet that I've ever gotten from a shelter, if you pick them right, then I guess I do.
But how do you pick them right? You don't know.
Well,
I got one that was not right.
Man, you got to trust your gut instinct. I don't know. When I go in,
how do you do that?
I don't know. Maybe I just have
I'm
a good
dog
judge
whisperer.
of dogs. Yeah,
You're the dog whisperer. You're
always
an
had
expert
good
in dogs.
Yeah.
He's an expert in dogs as well, people. Welcome to the greatness of Joe Rasher.
Hey, what can I say?
Yeah, so what they did is they said to help alleviate the overcrowding, the rescue center is going to be holding 2 emergency adoption events at the shelter clinic. That's at the 2320 Pine Street location on August 16th, Saturday, tomorrow, and then next Saturday, August 23rd. I guess it's clear. They say their goal is to get as many dogs and cats into loving homes as quickly as possible so they can reopen their doors to those who are still waiting. And I didn't think they'd get to a point like this, that's for sure, where it's taking this long. Wow. The other thing that's interesting about this story to get the news out there is, according to Stray Rescue of St. Louis, adoption fees for adult dogs and cats over 6 months will be waived during the month of August. And every adopted animal is microchipped, neutered, and up to date with their vaccinations. The adoption event starts at 11 a.m. and goes until 3 p.m. More information about Stray Rescue St. Louis can be found on their website. So check it out. If you're looking for a pet of any kind right now is the time to do that. So it is 6:27. Still to come on the show. We can talk about the Cardinals this weekend with the Yankees. Not as much buzz as normal, that's for sure. Not even close to as much bud that's going on there. Why has Budweiser, the king of beers, falling to 4th overall in sales? Our St. Louis own. We'll tell you a couple things that have happened. The beers that are now sold above and have been for a few years now over Budweiser. Just interesting talk. Whatever you guys want to talk about as well.
When I did get that David Goggins link.
Yes. We'll get that in when we come back. Yeah. It's cray what that guy did. We'll get into the St. Charles situation. A lot of pushback from hundreds of residents about a new data center that they're trying to bring into the city. Certainly getting a lot of attention. And for what can happen, what's not happening, all those sorts of things. And it all centers around water. We'll break that down. We'll talk about those things that are coming up. We've got so many headlines. It's a Friday. Usually Fridays and Mondays are wonderful. Lots of things to talk about. Plus, whatever you guys want to, jump in, share the show. We love it when you do. Yeah, we'll take a quick break. Is it break time?
About 25 seconds.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. This is Arch City Now. That's Projo. I'm Vic Faust. We are the Lou Information Station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. We'll be back with that. Let's have a good time. Get you started on this Friday morning. It's August 15th as we wake you up, St. Louis. Back with more right after this.
louinfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your louinfo.com news update. The Machinists Union is asking Missouri lawmakers and the governor to urge Boeing to return to the negotiating table. The strike at 3 Boeing defense plants in the St. Louis area began August 4th, the day after members of the Machinists Union rejected Boeing's second contract offer. A United States postal audit revealed that several St. Louis mail facilities had serious mail delivery delays. The St. Louis Processing and Distribution Center had more than 2.5 million delayed pieces of mail between June 3rd and 4th. For the largest delayed mail backlog in history, the audit also found security issues. Management is addressing the issues, according to the Inspector General's office. A village of tiny homes will serve as transitional housing for veterans. A project in the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood in North St. Louis will have 50 fully furnished homes when it's finished. Another 16 are under construction now. The program's been a success in Kansas City, helping veterans transition to permanent housing. St. Louis residents are also welcome to volunteer. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Very hot and very humid through the weekend. We have a heat advisory in effect through Monday afternoon. It'll be sunny today. We're headed for the mid-90s. Our heat index about 100, so it will be a pretty humid day. Clear for the overnight hours, sunny, hot, and humid again on Saturday. Upper 90s on the high. The heat index about 105. Sunny and hot again on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
LouInfo.com. LouInfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begin.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown & Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown & Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown & Crouppen now.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
A legendary weekend is coming to the Lou. Don't miss the Stiefel Charity Classic presented by Compliance Solutions, September 4th through 7th at Norwood Hills Country Club. Watch PGA Tour champions compete and enjoy a live performance by music sensation OAR at Friday's community concert presented by CarShield. Tickets start at just $20. Kids, military, veterans, and first responders get in free. Get your tickets today at StiefelCharityClassic.com.
Grounded third, diving play by Arenado. They get the out! Unbelievable!
Get ready for the ultimate showdown. The New York Yankees come to Busch Stadium the weekend of August 15th through the 17th, and they're bringing the star power. See sluggers like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton take on your Cardinals in one of the biggest series of the season. Finish off your summer in style with the Cardinals and Yankees. Great seats still available. Get yours now at Cardinals.com.
This is Nolan Arenado, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game, it's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody, it's our favorite song.
Is your brand stuck on the sidelines? Tired of feeling like your marketing budget is just warming the bench? Well, then it's time to get in the game with Eyesight Media. We don't just put your brand near the action, we put you in the action. Imagine this: your company front and center, showcased in NCAA and pro stadiums and arenas nationwide. If you're ready to elevate your brand to MVP status, don't miss this shot. Visit eyesightmediagroup.com today to apply for an in-arena partnership. That's eyesightmediagroup.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. Happy Friday. Glad you're joining us. Lots going on, lots to talk about here as we get you up and moving and shaking throughout the area. Whatever you guys want to talk about, let us know. If you want to give a shout out to somebody, we love that too. If there's something that we should be talking about, we love it when you guys do that too. We are Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust, Pro Joe alongside. We're here Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central follows us every day from 8 to 10 a.m. Kim Jansen, Jim the Cat Hayes. We love it when you guys promote us. We love it when you guys jump in on the chat line as well. And so we can get a vibe of everything that's happening throughout our area. From the chat line, good morning to you, Donna. She says, I was watching an old Johnny Carson show. Hello, Thompson. We appreciate you being here as well today. I was watching an old Johnny Carson show. They had a Budweiser commercial on. Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin were on. They actually popped open a Bud and began drinking it. Said it was the most popular beer around the world. It was.
At one
It
point,
was.
Yeah.
Things can change.
Yeah.
Things can happen. Then commercials can happen. Then bad press can happen. All those things. Also from the chat line, from the news story that we just saw, mail is terribly slow. Used to take overnight to send mail within your own state. Now it takes up to 3 days to go only 90 miles away. It's absolutely awful. You have to use priority mail or express to achieve that now, but I still love the mail. I do. And when I go in, I do feel bad. And we all know, I mean, it's like any business. You can get people who seem happy, who seem sad, who seem like they don't care, who are busting their butt, and who are just walking very slowly. But how would you like to work at the mail service? If anybody is, and let us know if you'd love. I mean, it's just, it can be tough.
I know a person.
That's a tough job.
Oh, yeah.
That
Definitely.
can be a tough job. Oh, guys, Vic, let me clarify. Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin were drinking it. Some other man doing the commercial. They were smoking cigarettes, though.
No.
I mean, just think about that. People just light up. Dude, people were lighting up all over the place.
On TV.
On TV, airplanes, as we were talking about, the ashtrays. I mean, can you imagine that tube of smoke flying through the air?
Hospital waiting rooms.
Oh,
yeah.
What were we thinking? What were we doing? Yeah. Anyway.
Smelling like smoke.
Yeah, it's exactly what we were thinking about doing. Hey, guys, Cardinals beginning an important 3-game weekend series with the Yankees. It's going to be hot. You heard the updates. 96, 97, 98, 98, 99, all the way through Tuesday. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, you want to be inside or you want to be in water. Kind of makes sense from that standpoint. Not a lot to enjoy when it comes to the hot weather, sitting outside and all of that. But there will be some events going on that we were talking about. Also, Greg says, I remember the Marlboro Man commercials. Yeah, the Marlboro Man commercials. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, we were talking about that. I might as well do the survey or what was happening with that. Here's what's going on. Budweiser is now checking in at 4th when it comes to beer sales. 4th. 4. And that comes with our American brands. That's not even adding in, Corona and some of those things. But number 4, the 3 light beers. That's the reason light beers have taken it away. People are conscious about their health. Bud Light, Miller Lite, and Coors Light, all 3 ahead of Bud Light when it comes to most popular beer. Who would have thought? The king of beers. Not even the queen of beers.
Yep.
Not even the jack of beers. It's the 10.
Right. That's what I was just going to say.
It's the 10 of beers. That should be their new, that would go, we're the 10, as in 1 to 10. There are people who rate. I got in trouble. Yeah, and it's not. I always like to do a 1 through 10 by Megan. A 1 through 10 service. Yeah, I'll give that a scale on a 1 to 10. I'll give it an 8. What's wrong with doing a scale of 1 to 10? Kind of gives you an idea of where you're going to be. So Budweiser falling back. Not only did the light beers do in Budweiser, but also, and we've talked about this a little bit in the past, millennials. Millennials, it was almost 30% of millennials, ages 22 to 27, have never even had a taste of a Budweiser beer. So that's the other thing. And millennials, and we've talked about this in the past, guess what? We already know this. If they're drinking alcohol, it's wine and spirits. It's not beer.
They didn't have uncles like me.
Yeah. And then you have another option, which are called gummies or smoke.
Yeah.
On top of it all. So all those things, competition, choices in life, look here, look there, look everywhere. Those are what we're talking about. So Budweiser, king of beers, falling back a little bit. Couldn't find Busch on there anywhere, but that's the deal from Budweiser's standpoint. 6:40 are time. It's a Friday here in the St. Louis area. Yeah, I'm curious. What is your choice of drink? If you're going to drink, what is it?
Corona.
Oh, yeah, Corona, huh?
With lime. Yep.
You'll still have a Corona.
Oh yeah. No, I'll have more than one.
I've tried. Call your shot, baby. Yeah, I'm not a big Corona guy. I'm just not. Tried to keep an open mind. I'll try anything. I'll try. We'll get it out there. I'm just curious what people like to drink, if they do, what their drinking choice is, if anybody's still drinking Budweiser. I mean, somebody has to. I mean, we're in St. Louis. There he is.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Kahn, Budweiser it is. I don't know, but see, I haven't looked at it. I just wonder what a can of Budweiser is from a calorie standpoint. You know, maybe, and that's why. Charlie says, Johnny Black Label. Oh, I like that. Johnny Black Label. I'm not a beer guy or a beer guy at all. You know what? I'm not either. In high school, I was. In college, I was, but I'll never forget when I first started tasting bourbon. I was like, oh, I like this. And I wonder if it differs from place to place, because when I lived in Detroit and guys that I hung out with, that's when I first was introduced to Crown. And I was like, okay, I like this Crown stuff. And I was a sweet guy.
I love Crown.
I was a sweet guy, so I'd add a little Coke in there, a little Diet Coke, just a little bit. And I was like, oh, I like this. This could be dangerous.
And then you start shooting it straight, and you know that's the way it goes.
Yeah, and Johnny Black Label, top-notch stuff going on there. That's for sure. Charlie, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Greg and Ben and Donna, Cindy. Yes.
1 12-ounce can of beer contains 145 calories.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
In Budweiser?
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
12-pack.
You
got 1,200 calories.
Dude, who's drinking a 12-pack of Bud?
Well,
who could drink?
Like I said, I guess you didn't have uncles like me either.
Who could drink a 12-pack of Bud and actually that's heavy. Mm-hmm. That is a heavy, heavy beer.
Yeah.
From the chat line, could be worse, guys. 1936 had 34 days above 100 degrees. No 100-degree days yet this year. Okay. It's still it's still it's still hot. We're the 2025 version. And by the way, the 1936 people were much tougher. They were much tougher Americans than what we have today. I'm sorry. They were just tougher than us.
Mm-hmm.
They were tougher. 100 degrees, no problem. Air conditioning, we don't need that.
Right. What's that?
Now we're like, oh my God, the HVAC's out. Oh my God, where's the fan? Yeah, but it still is. I mean, come on, Greg. 97, 98, 98, 99. I mean, that's our next 5 days. All days, heat warnings right there near 100 degrees just throughout the St. Louis area. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. Charlie says, that's exactly how I drink it. Love it. Hope you and your family are well. Looking good, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it, Charlie. We love what we do here. Covering stories basically throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area, but some other stories that are national that you can localize, what people are drinking, what people are ordering. I love to ask bars what they sell the most of. Because we were like throughout the St. Louis area, bar owners, what they seem to sell the most of, what's most popular. Because you can do these polls and we can see where the sales are going, but I guess you don't really know until you talk to some of these bar owners. And I guess it could depend on what places, nightclubs, restaurants, local bars, taverns, you name it, whatever you have it.
I wonder.
It's always fun to talk about.
I wonder what Wendy's sells the most of.
Yeah, I think I asked them before. I can't remember. Bush. I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know. It's fun to talk about on a Friday. We'll see. Yeah, staying inside is what some of the people are doing. You know, not worried. I'll be hiding in the AC. You go do that, Greg. You do your thing. One story I did want to get into is we were talking about the beer and what people are doing on the weekends and so forth. Oh, Donna says she discovered something. She likes Buzz Balls. The small, yeah, I know what they are. The small round container with different flavors that include vodka or wine. They also sell the large Buzz Balls. Business is women owned. Oh, I didn't know that. Very cool. I guess that makes sense. And you do get a buzz from the drink. My fave is watermelon splash or berry cherry limeade. Best when very cold. Okay. I believe in a man being masculine, and you don't have to walk around and act tough to be masculine. Masculinity doesn't mean you're big, tough here and try to beat up everybody. I've fallen short on some of those masculine areas when it comes to my drinks.
I could see you walking into a party with a buzz ball in your arm.
Heck yes. I don't give a damn. Seriously, people, be you. Like I've said before, it's like, hey, let's have a buzz ball and we'll get in the ring, we'll box, we'll UFC it, and we'll get out and we'll have a buzz ball.
Whatever it takes to get to the
Dude,
end
who
result.
cares? Who cares? Be you. You don't have to act tough. Okay.
I used to drink wine coolers, so.
Yeah, thank you. You're my homie. That's why you like the kind of music I do too. As
Never Zima, though.
I've never had a Zima. Not like intentionally or remember, like, or chosen to. There might have been one left in a cooler, and I'm like, damn, is that all that's left is a Zima? Donna says, as beer goes, Corona for me, Corona Light with a lime.
A woman after my own heart,
That's
although
right.
I like regular
Donna,
Corona.
are you looking for a man? I know a man who's looking for a woman.
Well,
Corona could be right there. Oh, brother, what just happened?
What'd you break?
That's funny stuff. This is Arch City now. Where's the show gone? 6:46 is our time. You know, we just try to have a good time around here. Do what we can to promote good cheer with Corona. No, I do. If I and then of course the whole Tito's thing, the Tito's craze, because it's Tito's and Club, Tito's Club and soda. You know, Tito's and whatever.
I can't do vodka. I
Tito's
can do tequila.
and sugar-free Red Bull.
I can do tequila, but I can't do vodka.
From the chat line, wine coolers back in the day. Just need a couple of shots of tequila. Yeah, no kidding. Oh my God. Back on the buzz balls. The big buzz ball is big. It wouldn't fit in your pocket. Now every time. Now, okay, there you go, Donna. Next time we go into a gas station, I'm going to see the buzz balls. It's like, there's Donna's drink. It's 6:47 on a Friday. Might need some buzz balls with the heat this weekend. That's for sure. Maybe I'll try a buzz ball just for you, Donna.
I got to go find one to see what it looks like.
Oh, they're in all the gas stations.
Are they?
Literally, they have them out there. I knew they became popular. Now I think it's pretty cool that it's an all women owned liquor opportunity. Very, very cool. You know what else they have going on this weekend in St. Louis? It's it's probably too late to do it now. I didn't see it, but it's the 19th annual Dragon Boat Festival. They did it at Creve Coeur Lake. Have you ever heard about this?
I haven't.
I can't remember. It's I don't know if it's a 12-person team, but my former coworker over at Fox 2, Monica Adams, who we've had on the show here before, she does her own podcasting stuff. We joined her team and we won it. She had a team. It wasn't just a Fox 2 team. It was myself and another former anchor, Monica, and I don't know, like 8, 9 other people. Awesome day, Creve Coeur Lake, all for charity. And we kicked butt. But Monica was like, we're going to win. But that's going on. It's cool to watch. That's going on this weekend as well, the Dragon Boat races. That's going to be hot. And I don't know if I would suggest taking fun dips all throughout Creve Coeur Lake. But yes, Donna, I do. I'll have a buzz ball for you this weekend. I'll take a picture. We'll show it on Monday. That'll be a fun. I'll get myself a buzz ball. I'll let you know if anybody says anything at the counter. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show, everybody. Buzzballs. Oh, buddy. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. How about this for a goofy story, too? Dude wins a national Powerball, $167 million. Posts the pictures all over the place. A couple days later, he gets arrested for an altercation with the cops, hits a cop, and now this dude's facing jail time. Is it me, or do all lottery winners follow more closely to that story than they just disappear into quiet happiness, peacefulness? I don't know. Or is it just that every now and then when you have somebody like this, because you see how the stories, you win the lottery and you go through all of your money within 3 to 5 years or whatever. No, Greg, I'm not going to be showing my buzz balls. I'm going to be showing myself drinking a buzz ball. Thank you very much. Back in the day, Purple Passion, of course, basically Kool-Aid and Everclear. They still have it around. The Boilermaker, beer with a shot of Jägermeister. Whew, that was a Metro East thing if I've ever heard of it. That's where I first learned about the Jaeger bomb. That was in Bell Vegas, baby. I don't know. You're not doing that for fun. You're doing that to get plowed. There's no other reason. No other reason. Kind of took a turn with the Budweiser polling this morning. That's why we were talking about that and that story that's going on. Also, it's just, you look at things and how Edward Jones has been a huge, huge company throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. But they have sent out notices that they're going to have some big layoffs in the next 2 weeks. That's unfortunate. Throughout the area, not exactly what we want to hear, but things happen. I just didn't know about Edward Jones being in a situation where they would be struggling. Edward Jones, I mean, trying to have to cut people. I'm not quite sure how many people are supposed to be cut at this point in time. The note just went out. That's why it's just starting to gain some traction right now. But haven't most of us known somebody that's worked at Edward Jones or works at Edward Jones now when it comes to, a big, St. Louis has always been known for healthcare, medical, financial. Not great news, but it happens. Layoffs happen. People get laid off. I'm sure people have stories of getting laid off at some point in life where, that happened. But, we certainly wish people the best when those news comes.
Businesses have their ups and downs too. So,
oh, there's ebbs and flows in businesses. That's a fact. That's for sure. No doubt about it. And then you just have to find your way. It's like, okay, what are we going to do? Boy, I'll never forget 2008 too. I was working in Detroit. We literally #1 TV station in Detroit. And we had a meeting because I remember it was tough in 2008. Literally came and said, we're not going to be able to pay you this month. Maybe we'll be able to try to pay you back some of that. Literally. It's like, sorry. And we rebounded. And guess what? They repaid all the money within a year, which was great. But they said, you're not going to get paid. That's how bad it was. So yeah, we all deal with some of those things. I'm sure other people had some of those situations from 2008. It happens. That's what you want to make sure that you're with the right company. But that's why we hope that we don't hit that horrible, horrible situation when it comes to having to get laid or get laid off or whatever it may be the case. So anyway, 6:53 is the time right now. This is Arch City Now. You can jump in, chat with us on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Appreciate it when you guys do that. You can also look at all the shows that we have on this network, which is all St. Louis all the time. It's luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. Love it when you guys jump in. You can also email us at any time. You can do that over at archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, that's archcitynow@gmail.com. Greg says, you would think it would be the opposite with the markets at or above record highs. Yeah, I know. But of course, who knows what their infrastructure is from a business standpoint within the St. Louis area. and what they have tried to do and where they're going to go from that standpoint. Okay, wanted to show this. This David Goggins story is crazy because he has always been just a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal guy that just pushes the limits when it comes to his physical nature, these contests that he competes in, and he just how you can push your mind through anything, especially on a Friday. And he just competed his first ultra marathon after 5 years, and he did it in 66 hours. Are you showing those pictures, Projo? I'm sorry.
I am.
Okay. So what it is it's the 2025 Bigfoot. They call it 200. It's held in Washington's Cascade Mountains. That sounds fun. Let's run through the Cascade Mountains. The former Navy SEAL covered roughly 200 miles in 66 hours, 4 minutes, and 17 seconds, placing 23rd overall in that endurance race. He hadn't done it in 5 years. Think about this race. 30,000 feet of total elevation across remote trails and rugged terrain. He maintained a 4.1 mile per hour pace, spending just over 2 full days in motion and more than 20 hours stopped for rest and recovery. That's it. I mean, race organizers acknowledged his finish, saying, "Fantastic finish. We're honored to have him compete in this year's competition." I can't even imagine getting your body to do this. I mean, obviously, if you know who David Goggins is, I don't have to tell you, but if you don't, he's a retired U.S. Navy SEAL, Air Force Tactical Air Control Party member, built a reputation as one of the world's most recognizable endurance athletes, how your mind can overcome anything and everything when it comes to that. He also had a world record for most pull-ups in 24 hours. That may have just gotten beat. I don't know. His 2018 memoir, Can't Hurt Me, became a bestseller. And he did that pretty quick. So congratulations to David Goggins. That's insane. Hey, when we come back, don't go anywhere. Like, subscribe, share the show. When you go out to restaurants in the area, in St. Louis metropolitan area, even those places where you go into like a Qdoba or Chipotle, are you tipping? How much is too much to tip? Is there a going rate in the St. Louis area? Well, financial expert Dave Ramsey, who's on this network, says it's reached a fever pitch and people are tired of tipping too much. We'll get into that, plus all the St. Louis headlines as well. This is Arch City Now. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Projo's here. I'm Vic Faust. It's Friday. Good morning, St. Louis. We got another hour coming up right after the break.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much.
Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now. Our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. Tropical storm Erin could soon become a hurricane. Maximum sustained winds hit 70 miles an hour as of the latest update, with the storm expected to become the first hurricane of the 2025 Atlantic season. It's still unclear if Erin will have any impact on the U.S. East Coast. The one-on-one summit between President Trump and Russia's Vladimir Putin is happening today in Alaska. White House correspondent John Decker in Anchorage says Trump's goals are clear.
Is that this does pave the way for a second meeting, a second summit, and then ultimately an end to the war after 3 years of fighting.
Decker says there's lots of uncertainty about what the mood will be like when the two leaders meet. Trump has said he'll know right away what Putin's intentions are, and if he feels Putin wants to end the war, he'll stay. If Trump believes he has no interest in ending the bloodshed, he'll exit quickly. New inflation numbers are higher than expected. The Producer Price Index, which measures how much it costs to make certain goods, went up by 0.9% in July. Economists had been expecting an increase of 0.2%. Meanwhile, the number of Americans seeking first-time unemployment benefits fell last week. The Labor Department reported receiving 224,000 initial requests in the week ending August 9th. That's down 3,000 from the prior week's revised total and slightly less than most analysts were expecting. President Trump eased regulations for commercial rocket launches and spaceport development. The president signed an executive order Wednesday calling for expedited environmental reviews for launches and exemptions for licensing regulations. Trump's order is aimed at substantially boosting space activity by the end of the decade. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. You can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 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 855-SHARE-40.
We interrupt this program for an on-the-spot news report.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. 222-2222.
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel, a delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here, and when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198. Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Wow, that was a quick break. We're already back. Good morning. Happy Friday to everybody here. It is a beautiful, sunny, hot, sizzling summer St. Louis morning, and we're inside in the air conditioning, getting you rocking and rolling. Appreciate you guys joining us today. Hey, thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing our show, letting other people know what we do here. All about St. Louis news, St. Louis headlines, and localizing national stories from what we do here. We like to put the focus, shine the spotlight right here. What's happening in our communities, what's happening in our restaurants, our clubs, our town, our security, you name it. We try to cover it. We appreciate you guys jumping in on the chat line as well as you do, because we love it. We want this platform to be about you guys jumping in and talking with us and communicating. And of course, letting us know what's happening in your neighborhoods. Where are the events? What's going on? Who deserves a shout out? Things from that standpoint. Greg says he got winded grocery shopping. Okay, that's right. Yeah, David Goggins. By the way, he's 50 years old, finishing that ultra marathon race in 66 hours. He's 50. Looks like he's 20. 50. Yeah. I think most of us would drop on our face. It takes a special, different type of crazy person to be able to do what that man can do. By the way, the Cardinals in town this weekend, hosting the Yankees. Any predictions for that? I don't know, man. It's so damn hot. 3-game series. Cardinals kind of playing for a playoff spot. The Yankees are in a competitive race in their division. Damn good team. They've got the really, really, really good stars. Remember the story last week, the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Missouri, Kansas? I used to work with that organization. Love them, love what they do. They provided a wish for a 15-year-old out of the St. Louis area who 2 years ago was diagnosed with a disease, a terrible disease. And his whole life goal was to meet Aaron Judge. And they were able to make that happen with Aaron Judge. So they've got the series in St. Louis this weekend. The kid's going to meet Aaron Judge. He's in St. Louis, but he's supposed to fly to New York on Monday to meet Aaron Judge. So I don't know how that's all going to work out, but I'm sure something will pop with it. But they really do. It was an opportunity to promote the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Missouri, Kansas, and the great work that they do over there. So many wonderful charities. There's a ton of charitable work that goes down throughout the St. Louis area, and we love to promote it. And if you work with one and you want to give it a shout out, let us know. You can jump in on the chat line and do that, where you can stream us Monday through Friday from 6 to 8 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and X. It's Arch City Now. And of course, you can learn more about all of the shows and things that are happening on our network throughout the day. That is luinfo.com. Once again, it's luinfo.com. And I know people don't ever call, and I haven't given the number today because people don't. But if you ever wanted to call, you could do that. We offer that opportunity. It is 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. From the chat line, Donna says St. Louis rocks. It does. We have our issues, we have our problems, but we also have good things that happen here. We do. And if you're from here, you get it. We'd love to see more people come into town. We'd love to see more people come here. And by the way, I just saw a poll that had the 15 worst states to live in, and Missouri was not in there. So there you go.
There's a positive.
So you're saying there's a chance of people coming to this state, Vic? Yes. Yes, I am. Ryan says it's only 7 a.m. and I'm craving a taco. So in your guys' opinion, what St. Louis restaurant has the best tacos? Tacos is one of those, and I appreciate you jumping in on that. And here's the other thing. I love a taco, and I know this might not make sense. I love a taco, and not just because it's in the Mexican restaurant with a margarita. I do. Love it. We will think about that. There's so many damn good tacos.
I can say who it used to be.
Who did it used to be?
Mission Taco.
Well, they're still around.
It's Session Taco now.
Oh, that's right.
And the last time I went.
Oh, you felt there was a change?
Yeah.
Interesting. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. No, they're taco. Yeah. So, at least maybe at the St. Charles. Maybe it was just the St. Charles.
I hit my
location.
Route 66 and then I went and had a taco, man.
It wasn't good, though.
Shout out to my boy Ham. Okay. Who owns Route 66?
Yeah.
Dispensary. Yeah, not sure. You brought up the question, Ryan. That's up to you too. You got to let us know what you got going on with that. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. Thanks for jumping in on the chat line, getting caught up there. Cardinals in town this weekend. There's an air show Saturday, tomorrow, and Sunday out at Spirit of St. Louis Airport. Really cool World War II planes. Some of them have been flying around. They don't have the regular air show this year, which is super popular. They have this instead, a focus and a tribute to World War II planes. I think it's a really, really cool deal. It'd be great for kids to be able to see that. It's very cheap. I don't have it in front of me. Sorry about that. I mean, it's very, very cheap. I think it's 9 to 5, something like that. Ryan says, by the way, remember Taco John's? Yes. I don't know if they're still around or not. It's really funny. Somebody brought up Noggles the other day. I was driving by St. Louis.
Fish tacos. They had the best fish tacos. Sorry.
Yeah, for 2 years of my life, I lived over in that area off of Blendon. People may know that, not far from Cheshire Inn, kind of back there. By the big Amoco sign, Esquire Theater. I lived back there for 2 years, and I literally could walk down to Noggles, and they had a Miss Pac-Man game in there that I used to play as a kid. Because back in those days, you could be in the 3rd grade, 4th grade, and walk out of your house and just say, "I'll be back. I'll see ya. I'm going down the hill, down to Noggles to play my video games and have some tacos." I loved Noggles as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long it's been. But I drive by there now quite a bit when I'm doing business throughout the St. Louis area. I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the name. There's a restaurant there. There's something there. I haven't even looked because my eyes are on the road. If anybody knows what that is, throw it out. I feel bad that I don't know it right now.
Are you talking about the one that was on McCausland? It's now the
No, it sits right there, right in between. Like if you keep driving down the hill, it's right next to Highway 40. Literally right next to Highway 40. Yeah, so I'm trying. I do remember Taco John's, but I don't know if they're around. Appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, sharing the show, letting people know what we do throughout the St. Louis area. I can't remember what it is, but yes, I loved those Noggles tacos. And doing a good taco, once again, it depends on the eater, because somebody may like spicy, somebody may like salsa, somebody may like a lot of lettuce, somebody may like no lettuce, somebody may like just the beef and the cheese, and some people like a little sour cream. Oh, Casa Gallardo. I remember those.
Oh, yeah.
I had like my first big date night at Casa Gallardo back in the day. It was a big deal. I'm stepping up. I'm coming into manhood.
That Santa Fe chimney, man. You can't beat that Santa Fe chimney.
Pro Joe. Jose Tejas in Iselin has the best fish tacos. Okay.
I'll have to take your word on that.
Yep. There you go. Get a little bit. So people, you can throw in your choice for best tacos throughout the St. Louis area, or if there's a taco that people should try out to make sure that it is as good as it can possibly be. Also from the chat line there, Del Taco in the spaceship building looked like a space saucer. That's when he went to SLU. Okay. Another shout out. And then of course it's different people, different ingredients when it comes to the tacos as well.
You know, I think
and then the shell can, you can do the shell as well.
I think that I got Del Taco and Noggles mixed up. Del Taco had the best fish taco. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad.
Del Taco.
Yeah, not Noggles.
And did Del Taco come after Noggles?
I think so.
Because Noggles was around forever before.
Yeah. Yep. They did. But the thing that I remember about Noggles now is their nachos were kind of horrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had the rubbery cheese, like real cheddar cheese that they would shred and put on the top and then nuke it, I guess. It tasted like microwaved. It tastes like homemade nachos. Ghetto nachos.
Okay. Somebody just gave me a shout out for Las Margaritas and their tacos. Yeah, I've had them. There's another place I've had over in the Cottleville area. I think it's right off Highway N. If anybody, what is that place? It's eluding me right now. If anybody from the St. Charles County area knows, it's as you go into Cottleville, literally sits right at that intersection as I guess you make a left onto Highway N off of Mid Rivers Drive. And then it sits in the right-hand side, a little shopping center. I can't think of the name right now. I love those tacos. Anyway, you can let me know there. Okay, speaking of food, speaking of going into places, I thought this story was very, very interesting in regards to your guys' situations, what you feel you deal with when it comes to when you're going to restaurants, when you're trying to find whatever it is that you find with food. Do you feel pressure now when it comes to tipping? Now, there's two different things here. One, when you go to a restaurant, do you feel pressure to tip? Do you change your tipping? Do you have a set standard? You don't even think about the service you got, which I'm guilty of. I just kind of add it and think that it's already there. What about when you go to a counter and you check out? Because you know those boxes that you put your card into or Apple Pay with, whatever the case, before you pay, it pops up an opportunity for you to tip. I call it the GF, the guilt factor. It literally guilts you into tipping, and the person just kind of sitting there looking right at you.
Like, what are you going to do? How much
you guys deal with
want?
this stuff. You do.
Right. And they're looking at it before you get the service. Like you're having to tip before,
But and then there's another part. I don't know if people actually, I did my own test. I was leaning over one day to look and see if they could tell after I tipped to see if it showed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't see it on their screen. So if somebody knows, let us know, please. Let me know.
So I do know
that
DoorDash, when you order DoorDash, they know how much you tip ahead of time.
Oh,
if you tip ahead of time. And you can choose to tip afterwards, but you might not get great service.
Ben, who is part owner of Wenty's in the Chesterfield Valley. If you don't know about it, you should check it out. It's a terrific place. Tipping is customary for good service. I tip based on service being outstanding.
Yes.
So you should, okay, but I get it. But this whole deal that we have now is trying to figure out. Dave Ramsey says Americans have reached their tipping point and say that gratuities have gotten, quote, out of control.
So if you order delivery from Walmart, we'll say, they automatically add a tip and you have to go in.
Do you do this?
My mother does.
Okay.
Yeah. So
because we've gotten, and I know sometimes it's a great thing for some people, but other times I'm like, man, we've gone out of control.
Oh, I agree.
Like I was telling Megan, I was like, the place is 2 miles away. Don't order it in. I'll drive and get the food. I'll get dinner.
Right.
I'll get dinner. That's how convenient life has become.
Well, Walmart is automatically putting like a 25% tip on there that you have to go in and undo or customize. So if you don't check if you don't check that, they automatically tip the shopper a certain percentage, 25%. It's like it's over the normal amount that you would normally do.
Okay. Greg says ridiculous. Little Caesars has the tip screen. Yep. He says, nope. They do it. The tip screen is all there. And this was another way for these companies who sell those payment systems to buy their system. Hey, here's an opportunity for your employees to get more tips. You can pay them less per hour. And it's another one of those things. Capitalism is good, but you also have situations where it puts us into these situations. I feel guilt. I have the guilt factor if I'm standing there. I worked in the service industry. I made pizzas for emos. I mean, come on. I worked. It was the hardest job, but it was fun. When Harpo's Chesterfield opened way back in 1990, I think it was the end of 96, the summer coming in 97. There were like 7 or 8 of us from Mizzou that helped the owners and the Harper brothers at that time. They were bringing Harpo's to St. Louis for the first time. So we worked there and we busted our arse. I can't remember what restaurant it was, but it was going to be, I think it was called Harpo's and Jerry's, I think is what it was going to be called. And then Harpo's ended up taking it over. And now John Riker, who owns it, he's a friend. Eventually he bought it and Harpo's is still there. But my point of my story is I worked in the service industry and I literally was like a cocktail waitress guy, walking around doing everything. And we were just all in there working I lost like 25 pounds in like 4 months. I wasn't eating, just running around all the time. So I have a heart for the service industry.
Sorry, I'm just picturing you walking around, and for some reason you said a cocktail waitress, and then I'm picturing a girl walking around with shots. So you were a shot.
I
girl.
did, and I am as graceful as the bull in the china shop. Yeah, I was bouncing off people in college playing football. It's like Coach said, you're like a pinball. He's like, you just bounce off people. It's just like brr, like a dinosaur running around. Anyway, I did, and I liked it, but it was hard work. So I feel for the service industry workers, but not everybody deserves tips. They
don't. Hard work. That's for
sure. They don't.
Right.
So I'm curious where people go or where they feel pressure when it comes to the tipping standpoint, especially throughout the St. Louis area. So here's where we are from that standpoint. According to a recent survey by Wallet Hub, 9 in 10 Americans surveyed say that tipping's gotten out of control. 83% think that automatic service charges should be banned. Projo was just talking about that. And 3 in 5 Americans think that businesses are replacing employee salaries with customer tips. That's my issue. And they are. Now, I don't own a restaurant bar. I know it's difficult. But when you're put in that situation, it's not comfortable. So one of their advisors says, here's the guidelines. When you're sitting down, you're placing an order. There's somebody that's actually attending your table. The tip should be between 18 and 20% tops. Unless you just have tons of money and you're like overwhelmed and you just want to help somebody. It says, I feel like if you can't afford to leave a nice tip, then you can't go to that table and sit down.
You know, I have a problem with that.
I kind of agree. If you go in,
hold on though. What's wrong with the employer paying the employee's wage? Why is it on the customer who is there to buy a product to pay their employee to do their job?
What do you mean?
So why isn't the employer paying the server more? I think the state wage is like, it used to be like $2.13 for a server, and they relied solely on tips. But in my opinion, it should be on the employer to pay that employee to do the service, and they should be the ones responsible for that employee's service, not the customer.
Okay, well, wait a second. I agree with you, but I completely disagree with you.
I mean, I understand.
How is a restaurant will go out of business? Local businesses, and I don't know, maybe some local business owners could jump in on this. Obviously, the best scenario is a combo of both tipping and money from the restaurant. But you can't, so then nobody would ever have to tip again?
So gratuity it's not supposed to be mandatory. That's why it's called gratuity.
I'm trying to think about this, Projo. I'm really
However, I have been in the service industry. I have to say, I've been in the service industry myself.
I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
If I can afford it, I tip 25%.
Okay, I usually look at 20 and then go from there.
Right.
I also feel pressure if it's somebody that has served me in the past, if it's a place where I go and I see people, because are they talking about you? And you do. And if you're in a public job, TV, podcast, radio, oh, that guy. That stuff happens. That's real.
Mhm.
People are human like that, and they talk like that. That's where I feel the pressure to see, okay, where are we going to go with this? So I'm curious what people are paying, what they feel pressure to do. But 18 to 20% is what if you're sitting down. Meaning, if you're walking to a counter at Chipotle, at wherever, Qdoba, whatever your place is, and they have the little box, you shouldn't be tipping.
Yeah.
And I've tipped every time because I feel guilty. I do. The guilt factor hits me from the service industry and worried that somebody's going to know me and go, oh, dude, that guy sucks. Seriously, that dude is
Yeah.
cheap.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're in the public light, you better be on your best behavior. Because if you get a reputation for a certain thing, then, that's going to follow you.
Yeah. I know. 18 to 20%. I'm just curious what else people are saying. So I just wonder where people feel, are you adding? That's the one thing. I didn't mind paying more sitting down doing things. But what I didn't like was the fact that now you have that box. I remember the first time I saw a box pop up and I'm like, oh, you guys, you guys are going to hit us here. So now you have an idea, the 18 to 20%. Now, for close contact services like haircuts or getting your nails done,
Oh, yeah.
this woman represents starting around 15%. And then you work up.
It's 25%
And
for me.
25% on what?
Just if
Getting your haircut?
Yeah. Anything. Any kind of tip, any kind of gratuity, 25% for me. That's if
the
the
other
service. That's if the service is
Yeah, but
worth
that's
it.
the other difficult one too, because you really get to know your hairstylist.
Yeah, true. They have good days and bad days like us. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
For close contact services, 15%. And this is interesting, but they represent for quick barista service or grocery delivery, depends on how great the service was.
Yeah. So what do you think of this? Like if you were to order like on their website, a restaurant, and you go and pick it up, they have a drive-through. Do you tip? I mean, is it mandatory to tip in that? I mean, you're going through a drive-through. You're picking up an order. It's like fast food.
No.
But they expect it.
Wait a minute. Can you repeat that again?
So you order online,
Yeah.
and then you go through their drive-through to pick it up. Doesn't matter if it's fast food or
No.
Yeah.
No.
You shouldn't have to tip at a drive-through at
No.
all, right?
No. By the
That's
way,
what I'm thinking.
60% of Americans feel businesses are using tips to replace those employee salaries, while 30% end up tipping less when prompted with a tip suggestion screen. I'm in the other half where I get the screen and I feel guilted
Right.
into tipping.
Yep.
So then I want to know, are they looking at the screen? Because guess what? There have been several times where I've tipped just throughout the St. Louis area. Not one time has anybody said thank you. So then I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
are service industry workers the worst that we've ever seen? No, maybe they don't see if they're getting a tip. And then the tip just goes to a general collection at the end of the night for the cooks and the servers and everybody combined.
Well, some places do pool tips, but it's usually just the server staff. It's not with the kitchen or anything. Now, sometimes servers will tip out the cooks themselves.
No, I understand that. I get that. I want to know if you're working behind a screen, if you see if somebody tips you or not.
Right. I don't think so until after the fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to feel guilted to do that anymore if that's
Right.
the case. Because I was like, are you looking? Are you looking?
You gotta
Hell no,
cover
I
it
don't
like
want to
you're-
tip when I'm walking in there.
Cover it like you're taking a test.
Damn, I feel like I should be paid to bag my own groceries at the store. It's like they should give me another $10 off or something. I tip at a drive-through like $1 or $2. That coming from Donna.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I'm feeling obligated.
How do you tip if you have a coupon? That coming from the chat line as well. Okay, we got to take a quick break. This is Art City Now. We'll continue this conversation. We'll also get into some of the news. Southwest Airlines canceling more flights at Lambert. That's not cool. Budweiser, not the king of beers anymore. We can get into that story as well. Get you caught up on the weekend. All those things. Plus more. This is Art City Now. Projo's here. I'm Vic Faust. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Back right after this.
louinfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your louinfo.com news update. The Machinists Union is asking Missouri lawmakers and the governor to urge Boeing to return to the negotiating table. The strike at 3 Boeing defense plants in the St. Louis area began August 4th, the day after members of the Machinists Union rejected Boeing's second contract offer. A United States postal audit revealed that several St. Louis mail facilities had serious mail delivery delays. The St. Louis Processing and Distribution Center had more than 2.5 million delayed pieces of mail between June 3rd and 4th. For the largest delayed mail backlog in history, the audit also found security issues. Management is addressing the issues, according to the Inspector General's office. A village of tiny homes will serve as transitional housing for veterans. The project in the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood in North St. Louis will have 50 fully furnished homes when it's finished. Another 16 are under construction now. The program's been a success in Kansas City, helping veterans transition to permanent housing. St. Louis residents are also welcome to volunteer. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, louinfo.com weather, presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Here's your louinfo.com weather update. Very hot and very humid through the weekend. We have a heat advisory in effect through Monday afternoon. It'll be sunny today. We're headed for the mid-90s. Our heat index about 100, so it will be a pretty humid day. Clear for the overnight hours. Sunny, hot, and humid again on Saturday. Upper 90s on the high. The heat index about 105. Sunny and hot again on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know, it's really getting out of hand, man. It's going way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, living by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station.
With as many tabs as you have open, you need a computer in there, not a laptop.
Central 2.0.
This whole situation is getting out of control.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu.
But don't freak out.
Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
Grounded third, diving play by Arenado. They get the out. Unbelievable.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown. The New York Yankees come to Busch Stadium the weekend of August 15th through the 17th, and they're bringing the star power. See sluggers like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton take on your Cardinals in one of the biggest series of the season. Finish off your summer in style with the Cardinals and Yankees. Great seats still available. Get yours now at cardinals.com.
This is Nolan Arenado, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game, it's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody, it's our favorite song.
A legendary weekend is coming to the Lou. Don't miss the Stiefel Charity Classic presented by Compliance Solutions, September 4th through 7th at Norwood Hills Country Club. Watch PGA Tour champions compete and enjoy a live performance by music sensation OAR at Friday's community concert presented by CarShield. Tickets start at just $20. Kids, military, veterans, and first responders get in free. Get your tickets today at StiefelCharityClassic.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown and Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. Stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown and Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
In your city with Kelly and Gordon. It's the hottest happy hour in STL radio. A high-energy, high-impact weekday radio show blending relationship values, celebrity buzz, community love, and sharp business insight. This is where storytelling meets strategy. It's the pulse of this city, bringing the energy, stories, and voices of STL to life. In your city with Kelly and Gordon. Weekday afternoons at 4, only on the Lou Information Station. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome into the show. Good morning. Happy Friday. It is August 15th, 7:35 in the St. Louis area. We say good morning to you all on this hot, sunny, summer, sizzling day. I don't know, all the way through Tuesday. I think there's a heat advisory. What is it, 96, 97, or 98, 98, 99? Yeah, it's just the hot summer that we have here. School starting throughout the Missouri area, St. Louis area. Some started this week. Many others get back to school next week, like Monday, Tuesday area. Talking about what's the tipping point when it comes to tips and where you work and some of those things. We'll get into that. The final break, we always like to cover a lot of the stories, kind of a quick machine gun hit on some of the stories. But if you guys jump in on something, we'll try to do it. We take you to the top of the hour at 8 o'clock. Actually, 7:57? Do we still even know what our out time is after 2 months of this show?
It's 57:50.
57:50.
Yep.
And then Hot Take Central 2.0 takes over at that time. That's the former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. You know, Cam, who was a tough guy on the ice for the Blues, dude, he may not like me saying this. He's a kind dude. He's kind.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I'm like, damn, this guy should like break faces.
I hold him in the same regard as Tony Twist.
Yeah, you talked about Tony before.
And Tony's the same way. He's a very good guy.
Haven't had a chance to meet Tony over the years. Just loved him. And by the way, Tony, if you're listening, if anybody else is, I stuck up for Tony when I lived in Detroit for those 11 years because all they wanted to talk about was Bob Probert being the baddest dude on the ice. And I think Tony Twist, I think they had 4 fights. I thought I got into all the, I mean, I actually looked up this BS because I was so frustrated with all these Detroit fans. Bob Probert, I was like, no, I think they fought 4 times. And I think Twist was up 2-1-1, maybe if anybody's into hockey fights as I was, because I didn't care. I was like a lot of other St. Louis people. I didn't care if the Blues, I wanted them to win. I wanted to see Twist pulverize.
I wanted to see blood on the ice.
Damn. Yeah. So off track. It is St. Louis though. It's a St. Louis story.
And
Bob Probert was the best. Okay, good. All right.
And
I'll take the Twister.
And Brendan Shanahan will always be a traitor.
What? No,
We're going to the Detroit Red Wings. He went from the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, no. I have to stick up for Brendan on that.
All right.
I covered Brendan when he was in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And Brendan, I used to do sports in Detroit. So I covered the Wings during one of their cup runs, and then they lost another one to the Penguins. Shanahan was amazing to deal with. I loved him, and I still love him. And that dude was respectful and kind. But that sucked because those Red Wing players, like all of them were easy and great to deal with, except Yzerman. But all of them were absolutely amazing. And Shanahan was cool. He was like the metrosexual guy in the locker room too. Like I walked in one day, cool story with Shanahan. And he's playing music and he's playing, was it the City of maybe Blinding Lights by U2? U2, or he put it on. And I went, did you just put that on? He's like, yeah. He's like, you like? I was like, yeah, man, I love that. It's like we had our bro moment. in the Detroit Red Wings locker room. I loved it. I've loved the song ever since.
Well, my point is, there's only one other team that's worse to
Shanahan's
get.
not a traitor.
There's only one other team to get to be traded to worse, and that's the Blackhawks.
Well, yeah, that wasn't his choice. And you go where the money is, and you go where you're going to get paid.
I'm just saying.
Because guess what?
It hurt
Guess
back
what?
then,
You
man.
could be competing against another podcast right now, and in like 2 years after you left here, they could offer you like quadruple the salary or whatever it was. You would be there in a heartbeat going, I love this place. This is awesome. From the chat line, Patricia, my sister, checking in. She says, according to my daughter, a barista, yes, they can see if a tip is left. Okay. All right, Patricia, I love that. So a barista, I guess they can see if a tip is left.
Now, is that
So
before
now
or after the fact?
Yeah, I'd be curious to
Yes,
find
okay.
out when that happens. When I mean, you
Guess
mean
you pay for it after? So.
because you do it at the counter and then you turn around and you walk away with whatever product that you just purchased. So I'd be curious to know if they get to see that instantaneously. No, you feel shame. I feel shame, but I've always tipped these people, always.
Yeah.
And it's because of my service industry background.
Yep.
And maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm tipping. I'm part of the people tipping when people don't deserve tips. Oh, Patricia says right away. So yes, they see it. Okay, well, so then that brings up a whole nother issue. All these time, the past years when I've been tipping people, when I've gone into Chipotle or Qdoba or wherever, I've tipped not one time have I ever heard somebody say, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Like a server would at a table. All right, there we go. At least that's the way they do it as a barista. Okay. So now we know. Okay. Can you buy? This was an interesting, I saw this on Fox in St. Louis. Can you buy a mansion in St. Louis for less than $1 million? I'm going to tell you no. And I don't even know why this was even brought up as a subject. While it may seem like a far-fetched idea, this is their story. A mansion under $1 million may not be unrealistic as you may think. Well, what does a mansion consider? What is a mansion? Well, they said, according to Zillow, the median mansion is worth $1.4 million in the United States and over $4.5 million in 4 major California cities. Because you always hear a mansion and a yacht.
Well, I would think a mansion would be dictated by how many bedrooms it has. Wouldn't you? Or square footage, maybe?
Well, it also says the report found that Buffalo, New York, Indianapolis, Cleveland, and Memphis are the top 4 markets in the United States where the median mansion costs less than $1 million. So you can get whatever a mansion is for under $1 million in Buffalo, Cleveland, Memphis, and Indianapolis. All right. So what's the median mansion value in the St. Louis area? According to Zillow, they reported that the median mansion value in the St. Louis metropolitan area is $1,195,000. So if you're looking to buy a starter mansion, I thought this was funny, which is defined, a starter mansion is defined as a 5,000 square foot home.
Okay, there you go. Square footage. There you go.
That's a starter mansion.
Right.
Those are valued at just under $800,000. And this is what's interesting. Zillow also says that there are just over 4,800 mansions in the St. Louis area valued under $1 million, which makes up almost 40% of the mansions across the region. So maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't know, but a starter mansion is 5,000 square feet. I don't know, man. That's interesting because I know people who get in, like, and sell homes. Some of the homes, I don't know.
I'd love to be a beginner in this case to get the starter.
Greg from the chat line says, yeah, just more rooms to clean. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll be done with that. We'll see where we're going from that. So there you go. If you're in the business of looking for mansions, you may have an opportunity there. Hey, another crazy story that we didn't cover, and I wanted to get to it just really quickly. The story, because somebody said, hey, have you talked about it yet? I was like, no, we've been so busy. Lots of topics. Imagine taking a job. Oh, let's just say you're going to be the superintendent of Francis Howell Schools and be the school district. And then you take the job, but then you quit. So you take the job and then you quit. And then we're talking about Dr. Mike Dominguez. He resigned before starting and still was paid for 11 months of not doing any job. $229,166. What? Signed up. They paid him. So he was chosen as the next superintendent. And then the board said they did a national search. And then he decided to quit. The board approved it and unanimously came up with a separation agreement, giving him almost $230,000, almost 11 months of salary on his way out. That was according to the Holy Joe Society, a nonprofit civic organization focused on honest and lawful government spending. Those are tax dollars. The guy didn't do any work and somehow, some way gets to leave. There's got to be more to that story, right? So the organization has asked for an investigation by the Missouri Attorney General and the state auditor. Francis Howell School District is one of the largest in the state. So obviously that's kind of a big deal as well. Even if it was at a smaller school, the mismanagement of money or use it would be a problem. But somehow, some way, this guy is walking away with $230,000. And he didn't do any work. That's what I want to know, what the hell's going on, because that doesn't add up. My gosh, we could get into a lot more just trying to hit a bunch of those stories this morning that were going on. Edward Jones employees, there's going to be layoffs. Don't know how big, don't know where. We're just supposed to find out here in the next 2 weeks. After 5 months, a Depere-based financial giant said that it's going to lay off employees from its home office. And that includes St. Louis. So not great news that's going on there. By the way, the Boeing contingent is that is still going on. And, they're continuing to do work regardless. The non-union employees are keeping Boeing going from where they are. Also, we talked about a little bit earlier in the show, Budweiser is no longer the king of beers. So we think of Budweiser, you think of St. Louis. They're number 4. The light beers have taken over, but all beer sales are down. And we told you because of millennials. Millennials don't drink beer anymore as much. If they're going to drink, they're drinking wine or spirits, and they're certainly not drinking Budweiser. Ben, who told us earlier from Wendy's, he drinks his Budweiser. He's helping their sales. They're 4th, but you literally have Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light, all ahead of Anheuser-Busch right now. Just very, very interesting how, things can change in life. We've talked about that as well. Hey, by the way, there's a boil order advisory right now as well in the St. Charles area, and it's a serious one. This has been a 36-hour one. It's still going on. Everything was fine. Everything was going great. And there's still 36. There was a 36-hour advisory. It's still going on. A private contractor struck and damaged a critical water interconnection pipeline that is owned by St. Charles and St. Peter's. And then everybody has to deal with that. By the way, there's no boil order in St. Peter's, just St. Charles City right now. So obviously when that happens, loss of pressure in the pipeline, posing a risk of drinking water contamination. And that is kind of that is a pain in the you-know-what. There is no doubt about that. Also, Cardinals in town this weekend hosting the New York Yankees. It's a hot weekend. It'd be hot at Busch Stadium, but Yankees in town, Cardinals hosting them. That should be some interesting things for people. What are you doing this weekend? Let us know if you want to give a shout out to anybody, any charity, any event, anything that's going on. We love to promote that here as well. We are Arch City Now, doing anything and everything, of course, talking about all things St. Louis. One thing we covered early today, and it's unfortunate when it comes to the St. Louis area and Lambert Airport, but Southwest, man, they've cut some more flights. So Metro, the Metro has fewer nonstop options depending upon where you're going and traveling around the area. But right now what they're doing is Southwest Airlines has cut direct flights from Lambert to Little Rock, Tulsa, Charlotte, Des Moines, Oklahoma City, and also Wichita. So I guess to put it in perspective right now, Lambert has 71 nonstop markets left. I mean, I guess it's decent. Of those, Southwest operates 60. And, it may leave some uncertainty for many travelers. It also could change the way companies are doing business in the metro, too, because a lot of people are flying out and it's like, no more direct flights from that standpoint. So it happens. These things can happen all around. So you wish it wasn't the case, but it is. Also, this weekend, you've got the Air Show going on. Air Show is heading on at St. Louis, at Spirit of St. Louis Airport. It's a World War II show, Saturday and Sunday. So if you're looking for something to do, obviously it'll be warm outside. Check by. If you see some planes in the air, you know what that is. I think it's pretty cool just to look back at history and see the kind of planes that were flying around during World War II, helping us from that standpoint. Everything that is going on there. Hey, by the way, too, we told you it's kind of quick hitting, the headlines, things that are going around the St. Louis area. The shelters, stray rescue, I mean, they're maxed out. They're completely maxed out right now. They can't take in any more animals. It's been an unprecedented summer for a variety of reasons. But they were forced to enact their rescue freeze because every single kennel, apartment, crate is full. So they're trying to alleviate the overcrowding. And what they've done is the rescues will be holding 2 emergency adoption events at its shelter 2320 Pine Street location. That's tomorrow, as well as August 23rd. Now, they say their goal is to get as many dogs and cats into loving homes as quickly as possible, obviously, so they can open up for others. But stray rescue going through some interesting times there. By the way, their events are being held from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And of course, they take care of the dogs if you didn't know already. I mean, every adopted animal is microchipped, they're neutered, and of course, they're up to date with their vaccinations. So they're asking for help in regards to somehow, some way, taking care of those issues. Big weekend, too, concert-wise over at the Factory in Chesterfield. You've got Clutch there tonight, special guest Blacktop Mojo. Brantley Gilbert is over there tomorrow night. Special guest Brian Martin on Saturday. Then on Sunday, the Marshall Tucker Band. Monday, Clips. And then Tuesday, LCD Sound System. So a lot of shows hitting the St. Louis area as well for all these things that are happening. And then, of course, there's the residents who are protesting the proposed data center project, that over in St. Charles as well. That's gotten a lot of hype, Projo, hasn't it? You've seen a lot, too. Haven't you heard from people?
Oh, just things
it's
here
a
and there.
400-acre data center near the Truman Boulevard. So it's out away from a little bit, but residents apparently are concerned with potential water contamination and the strain on the power grid.
It's in that 370 floodplain. So if that area were to flood, it could really contaminate.
And that's one of the things people are worried about: city services, finances, environment. But it's also supposed to bring a lot of money to the area. Jobs. That's the other side of that. It's on the northwest side of the town that you were talking about.
Well, you know why it has to be, why they need it, right? AI, they need, AI is
it really all about AI?
AI takes a lot of power to work, and you need these data centers, which use a lot of, and they use a lot of, like, I guess there's something to do with the water. They use up the area's water and can sometimes pollute the water. So I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if they use the water to cool the processors or what. However, I know that, it definitely, that's the concern.
Well, there's been a lot of hype. That's for sure. That's for sure. I thought you might get into that too, because you get worried about AI and robots. Robots, by the way, are racing, playing football, and they crash and collapse at China's Robot Olympics. There are robots having Olympics. They're doing that in China right now.
That's crazy.
I didn't mean to give you more of a headache today, because I guarantee I just gave you a headache by telling you that.
Do you remember BattleBots? I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. That's
I can't wait for that to be updated. Let's see some of that with like some Tesla bots, like fight to the duel with like spades and stuff, you know?
Also, some of the fun chats from today. If you guys, there's plenty to do, lots going on. Donna says an epidemic in our country from that standpoint. 100,000 travelers per day are affected because of what happened with the flights being canceled at Lambert. Damn, that's a lot. That is a lot. Jane says, hey, Vic, Tolly's Tap Room is celebrating our 10-year anniversary on Saturday. It's another great place. August 16th, music all day and night. Come by and see us. Cheers. You sound great. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, Jane. Tolly's, of course, if you don't know, you know where Tolly's is, buddy?
Man,
it's
I know the
Highway
name.
K. It's right off of Highway K.
Yeah.
And 4064,
Mm-hmm.
just over the Boones Bridge.
Yeah.
Great place over there. Another place to check out. You can get to it from the Chesterfield area, St. Charles County area. And we love it. We love you guys letting us know what's going on. Getting out and enjoying some of the stuff that's happening. Competition, everyone's scrambling to be a part of it, and we appreciate you guys. Okay, that was another quote, but yeah, we appreciate you, Jane, letting us know what's happening so that we can help promote events that are going down that way. Chatline also says, saw a report where young people are drinking alcohol at a all-time low. Yeah, younger people aren't. They're not drinking alcohol as much.
Oh, we reported that as well.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're in the business, you kind of know it's part of it.
Yeah.
Younger people aren't drinking alcohol. Or as much as they used to. Projo already told you why. Marijuana. That's what he's saying. That business is booming in the Missouri area. Beer sales is not, at least to what it used to be.
Now, Budweiser needs to get in the weed game, and then they could be really the king of Bud.
Oh my God. You just said it. You did. You went there. I love you, Projo. You just went there. That's good. That's a great joke. Anyway, we love it when you guys like, subscribe, share the show, let people know what we got going on. Jumping in where you can watch us, X, YouTube, Facebook, of course, jumping in on the chat line. If you ever want to send us a message privately, you can do that as well. That is Art City Now. It's hard to talk when you're laughing. artcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, artcitynow@gmail.com. It's been a long, long week. That's for sure. It's going to be hot. Go enjoy yourself. Maybe find some water, stay inside, check out some places, do something new. Summer is coming to an end. I know it's hotter than heck, but the summer portion of it with school starting kind of starts the end of summer a little bit as we approach Labor Day. It is August 15th. We're still halfway through the month of August, so not horrible from that standpoint. And anywhere you're going this weekend, okay, remember, don't feel pressured to tip, but if somebody gives outstanding service and you can do what you can do, Projo, the experts say if you can't go and sit down and you're paying for the bill and give at least 18 to 20%, then you shouldn't be going there. And I said that. I know that upset you when I said that, right? Not upset me, but the person that said that that's what you should be doing. You should not go to a restaurant where you're going to pay for the bill and be sitting down and not be able to pay at least 18 to 20% tip.
I mean, again, my general rule of thumb is I think that the employer should pick up that cost. However, it's not that way. Yeah. So I tip 25%.
Okay, there you go, my man. Love it. I'm between 20 and 25%. Right. Sometimes I've gone way above that depending upon what the bill is and how good the person is, the man or the woman. Anyway, Projo is there. This is Art City Now. Yes, Ryan, have a great weekend. We appreciate you guys joining us every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Coming up next, we'll catch you guys on Monday. Seriously, goodbye and have a great Friday and a great weekend, St. Louis.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United.